Hey man, the reggae professor here. How you doing? Today our lesson, we're going to talk about reading for understanding. Now to understand, you got to learn two new words before we get to the lesson. The first word is schema. S-C-H-E-M-A. Schema. What that word mean, what you already know before you try to read and learn something new. It's what you already know before you try to read and learn something new, man. It's schema. It's what's already inside you. For example, man, if somebody say red tape is holding up the bridge, you know it's not a big roll of tape around the bridge holding it up. It's the bureaucracy of politics that is stalling the progress on the bridge, man. You understand me now? Schema. The next word we're going to talk about is called metacognition. Metacognition, man. What that word mean, A conscious examination of what you are understanding and what you do not understand. Basically, man, it means what you know and what you don't know while you're reading and while you're thinking. Metacognition. Now, a couple of students just like you use this, and here's what they said, I'm going to read it to you now. At first, when I used to read, it was hard. It was really hard for me, man. I didn't realize what I was doing. I didn't stick in my head, I couldn't understand what the man was trying to put out, the author himself. When I read now, I visualize things. I see what the man is trying to say. When I read, I do one sentence at a time, and I summarize it. I would picture myself in the description of that sentence. I visualize a knot now, really. I realize I'm using a method called metacognition. And since then, I've been improving my reading, and I realize and visualize as I read. Metacognition. Another student just like you said, I had learned to slow down, man, and think and understand. Before I was able to do this, I couldn't do it, because I just wanted to read and get it over with, In this class, I was learning something called metacognition. It is a big word, with a small meaning. It says, slow down and think. Metacognition. What I'm going to do now is model think aloud. It's when you read something, you think in your mind to yourself what is going on. I'm going to think out aloud so you can understand what I am thinking when I'm reading, Because the other day, you ever read something and you say to yourself, what is it I just read, I was reading the Wall Street Journal. Just the other day, got to the paragraph, I said, reggae professor, what is it you just read, man? I didn't know. So now I'm going to demonstrate the think aloud to help you retain and understand what it is you're reading, Now I'm going to take a verse from one of the best songs in the whole wide world by the king himself, Bob Marley. You may know the song, you should have heard of it. It's called I Shot the Sheriff. It goes like this here. I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot no deputy. It sounds like he is confessing to shooting the sheriff, but he denies shooting the deputy. I tend to believe him. Why would he admit to one killing and not the other? All around in my hometown, They are trying to track me down, to bring me in guilty for the killing of the deputy all around his hometown. I wonder where that could be, you know. Is it a big hometown like New Orleans? Are they checking with all his peoples to say, have you seen him? Or are they just doing the old tracking, looking for the horses on the paper? I wonder how it is working. They said they're going to bring him in guilty. How can you be guilty without a trial? I'm thinking to myself, you know. Man has to have a right to a trial. He still, again, denies shooting the deputy. Sometimes when you say it over and over again, you realize you're not the one to do it. He said Sheriff John Brown always hated me for what I don't know. Every time I plant this seed, he said, kill them before they grow. Why could the sheriff hate somebody? What could he have done? What kind of terrible thing could he have done to make the sheriff hate him? Is the sheriff supposed to hate somebody in the line of duty? That is the question I was thinking about when I was reading. Also, is he a farmer when he planted this seed? Or does it refer to his children, his lineage? I think about those things when I'm reading, you know. Freedom came my way one day, and I started out of town. Yeah. Well, he sounds like he was not free to leave town in the beginning. But finally, he got the opportunity to leave, and he said, yeah, he was happy about it. I wonder where he was going. All of a sudden, I saw Sheriff John Brown aiming to shoot me down. So I shot. I shot him down. But I did not shoot no deputy. Well, the sheriff sounds like he is breaking the law, trying to shoot a man down. He was armed. It must have been the time when everyone could carry a gun. All of a sudden, he just looked and saw the sheriff trying to kill him. Is that self-defense when he tries to protect himself? He admits again to shooting the deputy, but again denies. He admits to shooting the sheriff, pardon me, but denies shooting the deputy. There you have it, my children. Now think aloud when you read something to help you understand the reason why the author wrote the thing. And that's where you have it. The Reggae Professor is signing out. Wait a minute, you know. Yama. One love. I'm not going to turn it over to your Professor Gibson. Thank you.